Why the question, what do you do, is costing you $25,000, tens of thousands of dollars or more every month. So if you dread the question, what do you do? Because you know you're about to ramble on, you know you're about to make awkward conversation, you are actively setting your money on fire. You are losing out on tens of thousands of dollars every month because you're losing jobs to competitors who are probably worse at the job than you are, but they're better about talking about it. My name is David Olson. I'm the lead strategist at Olson Strategic Advisors. I fix chaotic and wasteful marketing with a crystal clear messaging. I turn bleeding marketing budgets into high converting campaigns for business owners who hate self-promotion. So today, I'm giving you the exact 3-part formula to fix your pitch, your elevator pitch, your 5-second pitch, your one-liner, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to help you fix that today. So stick with me to the end, and I'm going to show you how to get a copy and paste template that writes it for you. So recently, I have been going to in-person networking events. I've been to some virtual events. They're not nearly as good as the in-person events. I've met some really interesting people, some really great professionals who are really good at what they do. They're craftsmen, they're general contractors, roofers, drywall guys, financial services people, coaches, they're insurance agents. And most of these people who are going to networking events, they're really trying to work on their business. They're trying to improve and do a really good job. But about 90% of the time, when I talk to someone and I say, hey, what do you do? Most people, they tend to stumble a little bit. They say, well, I kind of do this thing and, I cut lawns or I hang drywall or I put on roofs or I sell life insurance. They say something really generic, and then they kind of say, well, it's kind of complicated. It's probably easier if I show it to you. So if that sounds like you, if you've ever done that, or if you know someone who does that, or if you experienced it, then this video is for you, because I'm going to show you how to fix that so that you can clearly articulate what it is you do in 5 seconds or less, but so you can do it in a way that you don't sound like a sleazy salesman, because that is the worst. No one likes sleazy salespeople. I mean, let's just face it. That's just not fun. And no one likes to be sold to. All right. So this requires a shift in thinking. All right. We need to shift from talking about ourselves to talking about the problem we solve. So the biggest mistake that I see small business owners make when they introduce themselves or their business is they immediately start talking about their product or service. Or they talk about themselves. I got into this business, Grandpa started 400 years ago, and this is our core values. None of that matters, and that actually ruins the sale. There is a time and a place to talk about your company history, but it's not in the introductions. So how do we fix this? So what we want to do is we want to talk about the number one problem that you solve for your target audience. What is that problem? Now, I know some of you are going to say, oh, well, Dave, my company, we solve 10 different problems or 20 different problems, and they're very technical. We can't say that in 5 seconds. Yes, you can. You can say that in 5 seconds because remember, you know everything there is to know about your business, but your target audience, your customers, your prospects, they don't know those things. It's called the curse of knowledge, and you have it. They don't. So what you want to talk about is you want to talk about the number one problem you solve. So if you want to instantly separate yourself from the cheap competitors, then your pitch needs to start with the problem you solve. So these are, let me put it a different way. The 3 ingredients that you need are: number 1, the problem you solve; number 2, the solution; and number 3, the desired outcome of your target audience, not yours. So let's go through each one of those one by one. The problem. Start with the specific problem that your company exists to solve. Now, I understand you might solve multiple problems in your business, but there's one specific primary overriding problem that you solve for your target audience. That's the problem you want to talk about. That's the problem you want to clearly state. Then the solution, number two, the solution. That's the mechanism. That's how you solve that problem. And you want to state this without any kind of jargon or technical speak or anything like that. Because you want to speak in the language that your target audience speaks in, not your professional language. Remember, your audience is not you. So they don't think the same way you do. They don't speak the same way you do. They speak in their own terms. And then the desired outcome. This is what they want out of this interaction, this contract, this deal, not what you want. We all want, as business people, we all want more money in our pocket. We want excess money and we want more time. But that's not what your target audience wants. They might want a beautiful backyard space to spend with their children. They might want, I don't know what it is, but you have to find out what that was and articulate that. So the reason these are important and the reason why we start talking with the problem is that they're experiencing is because we have this thing called the reptilian brain. It's a leftover from evolution or however you want to put it. It's a metaphor. And subconsciously, our brain filters out everything that happens, everything that we see on a daily basis. We get thousands of marketing messages. And if we paid attention to them all, our head would explode. So what we have to do is our brain subconsciously filters this out and makes 4 decisions. It puts everything into 4 different buckets: fight, flight, ignore, or curiosity. Now, most things fall in the ignore bucket. They're not relevant. But the things that fall into the curiosity, those are things that help us thrive and survive and make our life better. So that's what's in it for me. That gets us through the curiosity filter. And what's in it for me is we want to state the problem that your target audience is right now currently experiencing. That passes the curiosity filter. And then we talk about the solution and their desired outcome. Now, if you do that, like I said, 90% of your competitors or more are not doing that. They're talking about, oh yeah, I mow lawns and grandpa started mowing lawns 500 years ago before it was even cool. That falls into the ignore bucket. It's noise. No one cares about that. So here is the exact fill-in-the-blank formula to answer what do you do for your target audience without sounding like a sleazy salesman. This is how I would do it. So take a piece of paper out, pen, whatever, write this down. This is how I do it. I would say, you know how most, insert your target audience, struggle with, insert the problem. I provide, insert the solution, so they can, desired outcome. That's it. That's simple. That's 5 seconds. You can put any business into that simple framework. Now, if your marketing feels chaotic and you're tired of guessing what to say, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need a crystal clear message and you need a system and a framework. So I've created the 5-second clarity pitch. It's a copy and paste template that all you have to do is just comment clarity and I will send that to you. It's free, no obligation, and that will help you develop your 5-second pitch. It'll help you state the problem, the solution, and the desired outcome. So just DM me or comment clarity and I'll send that over to you. Thanks for watching.